Senate Republican leader John Thune plans to bring up legislation to pay some federal staffers. Most are missing paychecks. Some are turning to food pantries for help. From member station WAMU, Jenny Abamu reports from a food distribution site in Maryland.
Lines of federal workers waiting for food boxes wrapped around the grocery store and into the neighborhood. The county is home to more than 60,000 federal workers. Jay, a furloughed federal employee who only wanted to use his first name out of fear of losing his job, says he has a 1- and 5-year-old at home.
Kids, they eat a lot. And then you try to get them stuff that's healthy as well. It's a lot on the parents.
This is the first in a series of food drives specifically for federal workers across the D.C. metro area. It started with 300 boxes for 150 families, but ran out halfway through distribution. Organizers say they're doubling the number of boxes for the rest of the week. For NPR News, I'm Jenny Abamu in Hyattsville, Maryland.
Peace, you know who this is. Family, first and foremost, I want to thank everybody who has been donating to me, from the Cash.App to the Super Thanks to the PayPal. Thank you so much. And if you want to support the channel and donate to me as well, PayPal, Cash.App, Super Thanks. I also have channel memberships now. Also, make sure you like this video, share this video, give this video high points, watch it to the end, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, follow me on all my social media sites, and you can also email me. The links will be in the description box below in the pinned comment. Now we got to get to this. Disclaimer, I have not watched this video. I was just waiting to see which one of these goofballs and the so-called new black media was going to be the first to make a video like this. And it was Phil. For all you who don't know, federal workers have been working for almost a month now without being paid. And as far as we know, there will be no back pay for these people. No back pay. So even when the government does reopen, they're not getting paid for all that work they did. Also, because the government is shut down, in at least 25 states, as of right now, the number can go higher, nobody's getting any food stamps. There's some other states that are talking about maybe giving people partial amounts of food stamps, but as far as we know right now, 25 states say no food stamps for nobody. And they haven't even released the number of states that's not doing any cash assistance at all. We don't even know how many states people are not getting cash assistance. There are literally millions of people who are going to wake up November 1st thinking they're going to get food stamps, thinking they're going to get cash assistance, and they're not going to get it. Now, we're going to get into Phil, because what really made me mad about this is because he's trying to put the onus on churches. I have not watched this video. I only read the title, but he's trying to put the onus on churches. And that's a problem, because the church, the same black church that y'all been mocking and attacking for years, has been doing stuff for the black community. On top of that, the black church went out and voted for Kamala Harris. They told y'all to go out and vote for Kamala Harris. People like you attack the black church, talking about, oh, they sold out to the Democrats. They sold out to the Democrats. Guess what would have happened? Guess what wouldn't be happening right now if the Democrats had won? This. I think only one time in American history before now we have ever had a situation where the government shut down and people didn't get food stamps. I think only one. Maybe. But never in my lifetime, as far as I remember. Never happened. We are in uncharted territory. No back pay, government not opening back up the holiday season. We never seen anything like this before. And now you're demanding that the church step up and fix this mess. When you going to step up and fix this mess? But you know what? I talked long enough. Let's see what Phil got to say.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, this is a time where your churches are supposed to show up and show out. Every Sunday, the church is collecting tithes and offerings, and they always telling you to bring the tithes into the storehouse. And so they twist your arm, they guilt trip you, they tell you got to have faith and all of that. And all the money they're collecting, they are a nonprofit organization. So they pay no taxes to the U.S. government whatsoever. Because of that reason, only thing they have to pay is their regular bills, their payroll that they have to pay, for the buildings, anything like that, any maintenance of the church. But outside of that and the money that you're giving, a lot of churches have overage. And because of this overage, they supposed to be doing things in the community. Right now, churches is being put on notice, and actually everybody's paying attention to the churches. Now, definitely paying attention to them in our community. Now, Pastor Ray Curry.
Okay. He said the churches are on notice. The churches, if you liquidated all the resources in the black church today and gave it to the black community, it would not sustain the black community for like what? Maybe like 2 months, not even that. This is the problem with y'all. Y'all don't understand, which I was trying to explain to goofballs like you, who was talking about we ain't scared of Project 2025. We've been here before. Black people done been through bad stuff. We ain't scared. We ain't scared. The majority of black people in America use the federal government for their living. Either they work for it or they get assistance from it. That's the majority of the black community. There's no way that the black church could take care of the majority of the black community. If you were to liquidate the resources, again, of the black church, that probably couldn't take care of the black community for a year. I'd be surprised if it could take care of the black community for a month. This is what we're talking about here. People like you talking about the church is on notice. You're a millionaire, Phil. You were the ones who, you and others like yourself directly advocated for this. So now the church is on the hook for this? The church has been helping the black community, and it's going to continue to help the black community. But at the end of the day, how is the church on the hook for this? See, you trying to pass the buck and deviate the blame like, well, the church needs to step up. What the church doing? What are you doing? You're a millionaire, Phil. You're a millionaire, and you directly advocated for this. You use your platform. You have one of the biggest platforms in the black community on social media, and you use that platform to attack the Democrats and push Trump. What are you doing to help people now that the Trump that you push is hurting the black community? But we're going to let you continue on.
Junior is calling out the churches. I want you to hear what this pastor has to say.
Pastors that preach tithes and offering to y'all church as a commandment to the church, bring the tithes into the storehouse that there might be meat in my house. Y'all on deck right now. The government shut down. It's time to go into the storehouse. All of my life, I heard about these storehouses that the people give into, but
I don't think this guy is a pastor who you just playing. I think he's just some random guy. And even if he is a pastor, he kind of looks like he probably was like one of these MAGA pastors or anti-Kamala pastors. So, again, I don't get it. Like, even if the church gave everything, it's not enough to take care of everybody. See, the churches is to take care of, like, the stragglers, the single mothers, the homeless people. It's not to take care of the whole community. That doesn't work like that. Because if it's the community give to the church and the church take care of the kids, the homeless, the single mothers, whatever. But if the whole community need the church, then the system fails. It's like tax money. If everybody need welfare, then the welfare system collapse. What makes welfare work is that the majority don't need it. They pay into it, and then a minority gets it. So again, this doesn't make any sense. The church cannot take care of everybody. It's not possible.
now we're in a time to go into the storehouse and help God's people. It's time for the church to have faith and help the ones who've been faithful to their churches. No,
The majority of black people don't even go to church anymore. And they don't donate tithes and offering. Well, we're going to let you keep going.
Pastor, it ain't time to send them to crisis. It ain't time to send them downtown. It's not time to send them to the government. It's not time to send them to public assistance. They've been given into a storehouse, and it is time for them to reap from the harvest of the storehouse that they've been given into. Ain't it crazy that people have been faithful to these churches, faithful to these pastors, faithful to these pastor anniversaries, faithful to all these pledges and New Year's givings and all of this stuff. And now that we're in a time of need and a government shutdown, we have these same pastors talking about we really got to pray. We really got.
This guy is not a pastor. He cannot be a pastor. He's not a pastor. And again, You're talking about the black community as a whole. The black community as a whole do not go to church. They do not give to the churches. You making it seem like like the whole black community been given to the churches this whole time. But again, I'm gonna let you finish up.
Depend on the Lord. And then when you do want to help the people, you give them all this third degree, you give them all this paperwork, and how much do you make, and do you really have enough, and do you really need it? But you don't put them through all that type of rigmarole when it's time to take their money, do you? Now, when it comes to the church helping the community, that's grace, that's mercy, that's benevolence. Because the truth of the matter is the community has not supported the church in decades. The community don't support the church. The community supports the weed man. The community supports the liquor store. The community supports the scratch offs and the Powerball. The community supports the beauty supply store. That's what the community supports. So when it comes to the greater community, we might do that by grace or by mercy or by benevolence. But when it comes to your church members, that's their right. Make sure in this time where the government is shut down.
Okay, so now you're talking about just the members. So why did Phil play this video knowing that the guy at the end is clarifying himself to only be talking about the members of the church? He's not talking about the black community as a whole. Phil is so stupid. Oh my God. He's so stupid. Let's continue.
Whatever the case may be, the church stands up for you. And if you're in need and you've been faithful to a ministry and they giving you all this rigmarole just to be helpful to you, go ahead and leave that place, because that's not a person who cares about your soul.
That's the reason why a lot of people don't support the church, because the church has for years have not supported the community. Okay,
Phil, you are so stupid. I can't believe there are adults who watch this. You just played this man to try to affirm a point, and he just went against your point. Where he's not talking, he just clarified. Again, at the end, he's not talking about the whole black community. He's making sure he's talking about the members of the church. He's not talking about federal workers as a whole. He's not talking about the black community as a whole. You played his clip to then turn around and say, yeah, he's agreeing with me about the taking care of the community. And now you're about to try to justify black people not looking out for the church. This doesn't make any sense. This is confusing. This is dumb. Like, you became a millionaire doing stuff like this. I'm gonna let you continue.
But the ones I say that mostly should be put on notice, I'm not talking about the small churches who only got 25, 50 people. I'm talking about the Creflo Dollars, the Joel Osteen.
Why should they be put on notice? Again, you just acknowledged the black community has not supported these churches as a whole. So why would these churches liquidate their assets to support the black community as a whole? That doesn't make any sense. Again, if you're talking about them supporting their members like that, that's one thing. But just the random black person who you just even acknowledged does not support their churches, that doesn't make any sense. The onus is more on you than any church. Again, you are a millionaire. You told people to not support the Democrats. You did that. You did that. Nobody else did that. Y'all did that. And that's what we're going to start seeing. We're going to start seeing all these bozos passing the buck, trying to pass the buck to the Democrats, the church, to celebrities, everybody else. All the people that they told you don't listen to, they don't got your best interest at heart. Oh, they just pro-Democrat. They shills. They getting paid to say all that. Those are going to be the people that you're going to be looking for to try. You're going to try to put the onus to take care of the community and take it off yourself. Like you just some random person. Like y'all not millionaires.
You know, the people like that, right? The Marvin Winans, people like that who got big churches and collecting all kind of money. You understand what I'm saying? Joel Osteen should have a line, and I don't know if he has it or not, so I'm not gonna say he's not doing it, okay? because I don't know.
But you just said he wasn't doing it. You just said what he should be doing, but you didn't even bother to do any research. You're just accusing these churches of not doing anything without even doing any research to see whether they did or did not. You just talking.
But I'm just saying in general, everybody.
That should be illegal. This should be illegal right now. All this, you getting on a big platform like this, accusing people of not doing things that you haven't even done the most basic, minute research into to see whether they are or are not, and you're just saying it, that should be illegal.
Should be able to say, "Hey, look, I can go to Lakewood and get some food. Okay, this is a crisis. I can go to World Changers. Was it World Changers Ministry? Whatever Creflo Dollar Church name. I can go over there and get some food. Especially federal workers. You know they're not getting paid. Then you're gonna have about 42 million people.
Why would they just be randomly feeding random federal workers who do not go to their church, do not donate to their church, do not do anything for their church? That doesn't make any sense. Why would they be not why would they be feeding them? Why would the church liquidate their assets to feed those people? And if they liquidated their assets to feed those people, there's no church. And guess what? Those people are going to still be hungry. They're going to still be hungry.
If the government don't do anything, because like I said, it is Tuesday. The filming this video is Tuesday night, and they haven't done anything as of yet. And then the cruel part is Trump has access to $5 billion to send people to the SNAP, and he like, no, I'm not doing it. Now that's cruel. I can listen. Go ahead and do it, and then now next month it say, hey, then people are like, man, okay, then you put it right back on the government. But Trump and what he's doing is just beyond cruel. He is cruel what he's doing to those people. Now, I want you to listen. Watch what happens to this one federal worker out in New York and what she's doing.
Now Trump is cruel. That's all you got to say. Oh, what he's doing is cruel. I thought you said you thought you said we wasn't afraid of his cruelty. I thought you said black people done been through worse. We not afraid of Jim Crow. We not afraid of this. We not afraid of that.
Let's go ahead and check this out.
That's all. We didn't hurt anybody. We don't deserve this.
What does having this distribution mean?
It means a lot to me. It means the world to me what they're doing, because sometimes you feel forgotten. You go to work to help people. That's our job, to help people. That's all we do. We go in every single day. This is day 28. The last paycheck we got was for 7 days through the end of September. And that's it. But we've been there every single day. We've been there every day. Who's thinking of us? We didn't hurt anybody. I promise you, we give our best. We have good people that go to work every single day to give their best. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
That's tough. You know, they playing politics up there in Washington.
They not playing in Washington. That was the plan. That's a part of Project 2025, by the way. The Project 2025 was to fire and get rid of as many government workers as possible. This government shutdown is helping them accelerate Project 2025, because guess what? How many people are quitting their government jobs because they're not getting paid? Remember, like the lady just said, government workers have to still come to work every day and work a full shift and don't get paid for it. She said her last paycheck was like a month ago. How long can people do that before they just say, you know what? I quit and go get a different job. Go work at Amazon or something. How long? You're forcing people to quit. Do this cruelty. Just like with the self-deportation. Self-deportation, where they made deportation so cruel that it's like, well, I guess you better leave, or because if you don't want to get caught up in this, it's the same thing like that. They making it so hard for government workers that you gotta quit. You're not being paid. Again, these are food lines around the corner, running out of food, trying to help federal workers. What happens next week when you got not only federal workers back online for more food because you got to eat every day, but now you got all the people who on food stamps getting online because they didn't get their food stamps. They can't feed the federal workers. The lines are running out of food every day because they cannot feed the federal workers. Let me say that again. There's too many of them to feed. Now, what happens when you get all those people who on food stamp who got to go get on those same lines because they don't got no food, and they already running out of food with the federal workers? What happens then? You might actually see bread riots in America. You might actually see food prices actually go up because remember, Walmart, Target, all of them, a lot of their profits from food selling comes from people with food stamps buying food. So that means if nobody gets any food stamps, their profits drop, which means the only way to make that up is to raise prices of food so they can get their dollars back up, which makes it even harder for regular people who are not government workers, who are not on food stamps to buy food. Hell on earth, man. For no reason. This could have been avoided. Trump told people everything he was gonna do. And y'all still supported him. Y'all thought that oh my God.
When people aren't getting their check. And I have family members who aren't getting their checks right now.
Are you gonna help them? Because everybody has family members. Again, because we talking about the black community right now. Everybody in the black community knows somebody who needs the federal government to live. Either themselves need the federal government to live or they got family members. Because again, like I said, the federal government is the number one employer of black people. The federal government is the number one employer of black people, and they put the most money into the black community. Again, either you work for them or you get assistance from them. That's the community right here. So there's nobody black who doesn't know a post office worker, who doesn't know somebody who worked for the TSA, who don't know somebody who worked for something that ain't hurting right now. And it's the holiday season.
You understand? So it hits close to home for me too with this. Because what are my family members going to do when they're not getting their checks and they're not able to pay their bills? It's ridiculous. It's utterly ridiculous.
You're the millionaire. You go take care of them.
That's what's going on. You understand what I'm saying? Now, look, if the Democrats want the health care subsidies, give it to them. It's nothing to give it the subsidies because the subsidies going to help out the American people. The Republicans shouldn't even be arguing about that. Like, okay, yeah.
They always been arguing about that. This is why nobody in a right mind who actually cares about the American people would ever be pro-Republican. They argue about everything that helps the people. Everything. You can't do anything to help the people without them crying about it.
Yeah, do the subsidies. Let's get this government back open. It's not a hard thing to do. The Affordable Care Act is already going on. The Republicans are sitting up here saying, oh, well, the Democrats shut it down. They just saying give us subsidies. That's it. That's all we want. We can open it back up today. But they don't want to do it. They want people's health care premiums to go up thousands of dollars. I've been hearing average $2,000. People's health care premiums are going up. And then there are people that's actually on medication. America is a very sick nation. I'm talking about sick with health because they give us the worst food on the planet. They do. Because when you come to this country, if a person that immigrated to this country, real quick something's wrong with the food. I'm telling you from traveling out this country, you lose weight and not even go to the gym and you're losing weight. The food is horrible. That's why so many people's on medication. Because the food here is horrible. It's not that people don't want to work out and all of that. If you cut down the trash that's in the food, you won't have all these people sick. So since you got the trash food, you got to give people some health care. And they don't want to do it. Listen, they all being cruel.
They are not all being cruel. First of all, one of the reasons the food is trash in America is because of the Republicans. Again, let's get that out the way. Because they want less and less regulations. Two, they're not all being cruel. This ain't got nothing. The Democrats did not do this. The Democrats did not do this. The Republicans did this.
Because these Republicans to say, look, hey, yeah, let's get the healthcare thing going. Yeah, let's sign that. Let's get this government open. The military needs to be paid. The federal workers definitely need.
Oh yeah, that remind me. They so slick that they trying to pay the military. Because again, when order break down, they're gonna need the military to restore order and keep order. So they trying to as of right now, they trying to work it where the military is gonna be the only federal workers getting paid. Yeah, think about that.
Back pay right now, today. Air traffic controllers, TSA, everybody need their money. But Congress is getting their money. Trump getting his, and everybody in his cabinet getting theirs. But the federal workers in the line. And the fact is, the truth is, Trump or anybody, the billionaire class, don't care about poor people. They don't like poor people. They don't like you. They can't stand you. That's why I never understand why any of y'all would champion these billionaires.
You was championing Trump. Being anti-Kamala automatically makes you pro-Trump. I think y'all keep missing that point. This is America. We have a first past the poll voting system, which means what? It's either one or the other. There is no middle ground. Being anti one automatically makes you pro the other one, especially if you're black. Especially if you're black.
Yeah, some of y'all just talking about Elon Musk out here and like, that man don't like y'all. Especially if you're black. He really don't like you. Cause look at what he did, how his family treated black folks in South Africa.
Why were you pro-Trump? Knowing Elon is connected to Trump. Knowing putting Trump in power is empowering Elon. Why would you do that? Somebody got to explain this.
But a lot of people being paid attention to right now. And what I'm telling you, if these churches are not doing nothing for the people, then y'all need to leave them. Leave them. Right now, you want to give a tithe, give your tithe to a federal worker who needs some money. If you want to tithe some money right now, that would help that federal worker a lot more than you giving it to.
Why would people take their tithes and just give it to a random federal worker? You do know a lot of federal workers like Trump, right? You know a lot of federal workers are reaping what they sowed right now, right? You do know that, right? So why would I just be giving my money to a random federal worker? This federal worker probably voted for Trump. This federal worker probably didn't even vote at all, which is voting for Trump. This federal worker probably voted third party. This federal worker probably voted for every Democrat except Kamala. Why would I be giving money to some random federal worker?
Marvin Winans over there. You want to help people. Let's say they get their food stamps cut off and they're the working poor. Then buy their cart of groceries. Buy them a cart of groceries or something. If you want to help people, that's more.
Why don't you do that? You're the millionaire. You make millions off YouTube every month. You're a millionaire. Hundreds of thousands at least. You do it.
That's way better than sitting up here and giving it to these pastors. I mean, these people are all the way around. And also, I'm going to say this. I want people to remember this. The midterms is next year. So consider that with your voting. Don't forget about it. Consider that with your voting. You need to write down who all doing what in every state. Every state. And really, the states should step in. Is the federal government not going to do nothing? The states got money. The states collect taxes all the time. Well, they need to put money on people's SNAP cards and say, hey, we got the money in this state to cover it. We'll get with the federal government later about that, but we got it. So we're going to make sure y'all eat. The state should cover that. Yes, it's a federal program, but the state should cover it. Because the states get a lot of federal dollars. Okay? But this is turning into a crisis. This country have an affordability issue. I did some, I was going back and forth with ChatGPT. ChatGPT, I said, how much an American need to make per hour, just on average, to have a car, pay rent, food, etc., to have just a good livable wage. And you know what ChatGPT said to me today? It said the American, if they just have one child and one single parent home, not even a married home, they need to make $25 an hour working 40 hours a week, which turns to $4,000 a month, which turns to $48,000 a year. So if you're not making $48,000 a year or $25 an hour and working full time, you're not having a living wage. So if a person making $7.25 an hour, which is only $15,000 and some change a year, you won't be on food stamps. Inflation is up. They keep jacking the prices up. Nothing is coming down. And the only reason price is not coming down is because the people having to say, you know what? No, we're not buying things that's unnecessary no more. We forget it. We're gonna go back to pandemic. I'm telling y'all.
He's rambling right now. So again, I'm pretty much done with this video. I pretty much said everything I had to say. Be on the lookout for the rest of these goofballs. Matter of fact, we're going to finish it up. I'm just going to put him in a faster speed. I'm going to let him finish because he might say something else stupid that I need to touch on.
Pandemic protocols is the only thing that's going to stop it. What do I mean by pandemic protocols? You don't go to restaurants. You don't go to movies. You only buy, like we buy local, the grocery store. Now we want to go buy, something that we may buy here and there, but we definitely don't go eat.
It's too late for that. Nobody has a job. It's too late for that. The food stamps are not coming. All that we going to buy here, we going to buy there with what money? What part did you forget that nobody has a paycheck anymore? What part of the cash assistance is gone? The food stamps is gone. What part of it don't you get? All that, well, we should buy, we should do this, with what money? The money is gone.
A restaurant. No. Now, we would go get us some cakes, some desserts. We'll do that. The ice cream shops, we'll do that because that's not too expensive, right? But these restaurants is charging us $75, $80, $100 for a meal. No. If we're going to pay that, we go to the grocery store, we can eat on that meal multiple times. You feel me? So we're going to have to, I'm telling you, until Americans get tired of that, because y'all have to cut the money off from the corporations. You struggling, but you're still giving your money away. You got to start keeping your money, the little money you got. And we got to get back to,
There's no money to keep. It's over. It's over. The money is gone.
Hey, the struggle of beans and rice. We talked about that the other night. Beans and rice will keep you full. But the churches need to step up, that's for sure. The states need to step up because they got it.
Do you even know how to cook beans and rice? Most people in America don't know how to cook. Let's get that out the way. I know how to cook, but they don't know how to cook. Well, I'm going to let you finish up.
But I want y'all to see how your politicians really are. Maybe you'll go vote third party, maybe. Maybe you want to break the two-party cartel, but it has to be.
Oh, my God. He just said something stupid. What did I just say about what kind of voting system we have? See, this is the people you listen to who don't even understand the basics. But I'm going to let him finish up.
An American people thing. Because as long as you're just going back and forth from Democrat and Republican, you're dealing with the same issue. But let me know what y'all think about this, especially you're a federal worker right now. How do you feel? Because I know.
Well, I'm going to end this video here. Like, share, subscribe, drop me a comment, tell me what you think. Thank you for watching to the end. And make sure you donate to me if you can for the love of the game, or if you want me to make a video for you, specifically for you, on any topic. Email me. Follow me on my social media sites. And I'm going to try to put more of my social media sites links in the comment section, pinned comment section, description box, because I got Facebook now too, and I got Threads. And I'm about to make a new TikTok because the other one is just messed up. But yeah, I'm going to end this video here. Thank you. And on that note, family, peace.